today we're talking about a Bitcoin Layer 2 presale, which Bitcoin Layer 2 has been absolutely mega money recently, and we're actually seeing this presale do exactly the same. So let's go check out the BitcoinHyper presale. They have sponsored this video today, which I do appreciate because it does, of course, help me cover the costs and everything like that. So massive appreciation to BitcoinHyper. This is actually probably the third or fourth video that we have done for them. If we would have actually, if you go way back when we first started covering BitcoinHyper, I don't even think that they had raised $1 million yet. And here you can see they're coming up on $25 million, which is a massive success if you ask me. You can see here that they have a day and 10 hours left until prices raise again. And then also when they do hit just over 25 million, prices will also raise again. So again, for those of you who are not familiar, you essentially, the earlier you get in, the lower price that you get. And as the price or the total raised goes up and the time passes, price does continue to move along. So an absolutely insane amount being raised here to build a Bitcoin Layer 2 chain, which is of course pretty impressive. Now we can also see the staking rewards here still at a respectable 48%. But again, when we first started covering the BitcoinHyper presale, you could see, I think it was 200 or 300% at that point. So you can see that a lot of people have dove in and really started staking here, bringing that staking reward percentage down. Now, let's talk about what the Bitcoin Layer or the BitcoinHyper Layer 2 chain is. We can talk about kind of all the things that they're looking to do. And then of course, if you are interested in buying, you can see here, you can buy with crypto, you can buy with card, you can also buy with Solana, which is pretty interesting. They're, for those of you who don't know, Bitcoin and Solana are basically built on a very similar type of infrastructure. So the kind of most natural chain architecture to Bitcoin is actually Solana, so it does make sense that they do have it on Solana until that layer 2 is actually built here. So we're going to be going over that as well. You could see actually the first step is creating a bridge to bridge into that layer 2, and then they will be working on the layer 2 operation then they'll have, of course, the security and settlement layer, and then you'll be able to withdraw it back to the layer 1 here. So that is kind of the whole process here as they're looking to do it. But what you can also see here is if you are looking to buy, of course, they do have the how to buy steps. You can see various different coverages within the news. But here, what we're really looking for is the tokenomics. So you can see exactly how the tokenomics are split out. So 25% is going to essentially be going to the treasury. It's the designated token allocation for business development and community activations. Also, 20% is going to marketing. So this is going to be paid in organic media. This is for tier 1 geographies. Hyper is a global crypto phenomenon, so they're looking to get the word out. They also do have 15% going to rewards. This is going to be community rewards allocation for staking and token giveaway promotions and events. They also have 10% allocated to listings to make sure that they can get on various exchanges. And then 30% of the total is going to be going to development. This is going to be the regular L2 development, updates, and all this type of stuff. So you can see all the different things here. I did actually take a quick look here at staking, because you'll see here over 1 billion Hyper has been staked right now, bringing the estimated rewards down to about 48% per year. This is because they're paying out just under 200 Bitcoin Hyper per ETH block. And you'll see here that the, as the more gets staked, the lower that this rate gets, because it has to be split over that many more people. So massive success coming for Bitcoin Hyper so far, which is pretty impressive stuff. Now, overall, if you are interested and you want to kind of learn a little bit more about it, they also do have the white paper. You can also follow them on X or Telegram if you want to check those out. And then they also do have the FAQ in terms of what is Bitcoin Hyper? What is the Hyper token? Why is it important? How do you buy it? What blockchain would you claim it on? How does Bitcoin Hyper work? All this type of stuff. If you have any questions about this stuff, you can check the FAQ. Also, I would direct you to the white paper as well, because that is generally a great place to check out all the fine details about Bitcoin Hyper and any of these types of pre-sales. Now, of course, if you don't know pre-sales or you have not used them before, sometimes they can be massively bullish because you are essentially getting in on a price that the market has not validated yet, meaning you could be paying way below what the market rate could possibly be as some of this development continues along. But also, since you're paying a rate that the market hasn't validated yet, that does mean that you could potentially, on kind of the downside, maybe be paying a little bit more than what the market initially values. But as the development goes along and as they do more to bring the layer 2 to life, of course, we should see the token price appreciate. But again, that is all based on the actual completion of the project and the execution by the team. So there is, just like everything in crypto, there is risk. You could lose all of your money, and you just need to make sure that you understand kind of the risks there. And then from there, you can kind of make any sort of decisions that you want. But of course, if you have any questions or there's anything that you want to ask, of course, you can feel free to do that in the comment section below. I do try to read and respond to all of those. So if you have anything that you want me to see, that would be a great way to do so. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we will see you in the next one.